What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios, deep behind the enemy lines. This is Raider Reaction. So I have been adorned and honored with the pleasure to be added to the stellar lineup that is on the Oakland Raiders football page. Some pillars in the Raider Nation, some great talent, and some great shows on here. So I am truly honored to join the lineup. Just to give you a little bit of background about who I am, where I'm coming from, and what you can expect from me on the Raider Reaction. Raider Reaction comes to you live 3 nights a week: Sunday night, Tuesday night, and Thursday night. On Sunday nights, we have a special edition segment called Goes to the Post. My homie Prime comes on, and we drop back, go deep league-wide, like only me and Prime can. So it's Goes to the Post on Raider Reaction every Sunday night. Prime and the Commish. Goes to the Post with Prime and the Commish. Touch on a little bit of more league stuff. Obviously, anything that happens in the NFL still affects the silver and black in one way or another. So we want to touch on all of that stuff. Like you've seen in my moniker, Raider Reaction comes deep from behind the enemy lines. I am not a West Coast show. I'm on the East Side. I am in the middle of Florida. On the West Coast of Florida. That's where Raider Reaction comes from. I'm a card-carrying member of the Florida Raider Nation. It's a Raider Nation. We're worldwide. So, just to let you know, I'm giving you a little bit of a different demographic. So, when you're seeing me here, if you're watching me on the West Coast, I'm 3 hours ahead of you. So, just so you know where I'm coming from. You want to know why I'm the Commish? Obviously, sounds like a strange name. I run one of the most insane and die-hard fantasy football leagues there is. It's called the Hardcore Challenge. For years, I've had a secret group only for Hardcore Challenge owners, and we had webcasts called Hardcore Challenge Live. Strictly for the owners. We started putting it public last season. My name's always been the Commish because I'm the Commish. I handle every detail. I make sure our league runs tip-top, and when I started Raider Reaction last season, the Commish came with me. So, the Commish is here to stay. At Commish81, hashtag Commish81. Always here. George, another East Coast Raider brother. We're all over. It's a Raider Nation. So, like I said, I am honored to be a part of this stellar Oakland Raiders football page. Raider Ed reached out to me last week. We got it set up, and then here I am. I just wanted to come on today, do a little meet and greet, a little introduction to myself. All of this went down in very short order today. What's up, Chris? All of this went down in very short order today, so I wasn't 100% prepared to throw myself online to the masses, but here I am. Like I said, typically my shows are on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night, so you will have a full show tomorrow night, prepped, production value, ready to go, of a full Raider Reaction. Right now, you're getting a little impromptu Commish, because I'm rolling with no script, flying without a net, and that's not usually how I like to fly. I'm very detail-oriented, and I like everything to be tight. So, let me give you the floor, Raider Nation. What do we want to talk about today? What do we want to talk about? We've got the draft this week. See a lot of Midwest Raider Nation. I was born in the Midwest. Some Midwest Raider Nation as well. When you grow up in the middle of a cornfield surrounded 360 degrees by nothing, man, you'll find an outlet wherever you can. Mine was the silver and black from the time I could walk. So, I've been a lifelong fan. Huge Raider memorabilia collection. If you go back in my archive videos, I gave everybody about a month ago a nice little walkthrough of every big part of my collection. Do that again here before too long, because it seemed like a lot of people enjoyed it. Very extensive collection. If it has a shield and swords on it, I will collect it. I mean, down from the smallest things to the biggest things. If it's got a shield, I want it in one of my cases. So, let's get into what seems like one of the hottest topics in the Raider Nation right now. Marshawn Lynch, Beast Mode. Go. I'm sure we all have an opinion on that. All have an opinion on Beast Mode. So, what do you guys think? From what I'm hearing, $9 million is what he was due to get made from Seattle this season. Beast Mode is wanting 4.5. He's wanting half that salary. Raiders are wanting to give him 3. So we were sitting at $1.5 million impasse here, days out from the draft. Is it really going to come down to money? A 1.5 to draw a guy out of retirement? You think if he was hungry enough and wanted to come out of retirement, that $1.5 million wouldn't be a bust. I think the Raiders are high on Marshawn and would like to see him come over. I think Marshawn's also high on the Raiders, would like to come over as well. But money's money. And I've heard rumors going back and forth about which draft pick would be involved. I've heard 6. I've heard 7. I'm tired of hearing it too, Michael. I'd like to see, make a move. I mean, we're days away. Everybody knows that the draft is the deadline for this. Because if we're going to the draft without a #1 banger to couple with Washington and Richard, that we're going to draft the guy. He may not be our first round draft pick, but we are going to draft him at some point in the draft. So, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. Derek, no 100-yard games. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. The kid from Texas is a young beast mode who is faster. This is a very talent-rich running back class. So there are other talents out there besides Marshawn Lynch, and I 100% agree. Also, defensively, it's a very, very stout defensive class across the board. I really think we can address our running back position and our defensive line position, possibly even help put some Band-Aids on our corners as well. Because we're not set at corners. We got corners. But we're definitely not set at them. What do you think our record will be next season? What do I think our record will be next season? I think we're at least going to be 12-4. I honestly believe that. I believe that the way the schedule is set, let me break it down for you. Let me give you what I thought of the schedule. Of course, we were supposed to have one of the tougher schedules in the league. We were ranked right up there with all of the others. So when I looked at the schedule, here's what I seen. I seen us going to Tennessee and destroying the Titans. I feel like that is going to be the game that we come out off the rough off season, off the losing car, and we are going to be a hungry, hungry team coming into that first game, and we are going to take down a very young Tennessee team. 1-0. Then we get to come home and play the Jets. The Jets. That's like almost a gift-wrapped 2-0. Then we got to go back across the country and play the Redskins. I don't think the Redskins are for real. The Redskins had a freaking fire sale this season. They got rid of tons of talent, and I don't think Kirk Cousins is the real deal. I don't, and they got rid of half the weapons that he had. So, that's 3-0. Sets up the pivotal game at the beginning of the season. We come back, cross the country again from the East Coast, and we go to Donkeyville to play the Donkeys at 3-0. That's a pivotal game right there. We beat Denver in Denver and start the season at 4-0. You better look the hell out, because the Raiders are for real again in 2017. So I see us at 4-0. Then, after that, we're 4-0. Just beat the Broncos at home. And then what? Look at the schedule. 3 games at home? 3 games at home? Realistically, we win 2 out of those 3 games. Realistically, we win 2 out of those 3 games. It's the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. If we can beat the Chiefs in that homestand after we already beat the Broncos, man, Derek, I agree 100%. We got to get over that KC jinx. And I think this season could be it. KC's got to play the Patriots on the opening game in the first week of the season. That means one of them is taking a loss. And whichever one of them takes a loss is big for the Raiders. To have either one, Kansas City or New England, take a loss in week 1 is big for the Raiders. Kansas City, I believe, is our big division rival this season. And I believe our big conference rival is probably going to be the Patriots. As much as I hate to say it, makes me throw up in my mouth to say anything nice about them. But reality, it is what it is. They're the defending champions, and you're the defending champions till somebody knocks you from being the defending champions. So it is what it is. Like Ric Flair said, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Right now they're the man. We all hate it, but it is what it is. But we coming for that ass. We're coming for that ass. So they better be ready. They better be ready. Absolutely, they better be ready. So, what's that? That's 7 games. So at 7 games, I say we're 6-1. We're 6-1 going to Buffalo and then Miami before our bye week. Buffalo and Miami. W. That's worst case scenario. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8-1 going into the bye. 8-1 going into the bye. That's where we'd be. Yes, actually it'd be. You corrected yourself. You would be correct. I hope you're right and we're 9-0. But I'm being realistic here. We're going to drop one on some goofy something. It's football. Any given Sunday, shit happens. So I'm trying to be realistic. And we're probably going to drop one before the bye. That's my prediction. 8-1. Quote it. Put it down. 424. The commish said we'll be 8-1 at the bye. By God, if that's right, you all owe me a drink. Just saying. Then after that, we get to go to Mexico. We get to go to Mexico and play the Patriots. Playoff preview. Playoff preview. Neutral site. I mean, kind of stealing a home game from us again, but the Raiders are well more represented in Mexico than the Patriots will be, so it's kind of a pseudo-home game. You know? Pseudo-home game. But I think we can win that. I think we can win that. So now you're 9-1. And then you got the Giants. Then you got to go at Kansas City. And then we got that big one. The big one on December 17th. The Cowboys and the Raiders. Oh my God, am I so looking forward to that game. I have so many freaking Cowboys fans that I wanted the Raiders and the Cowboys to meet up so bad last year in the Super Bowl. So bad. And I could just, all season we were on like 2 freight trains just, racking up wins, looking like we were the top of both of the conferences and it was going to happen. You thought there was going to be that dream Super Bowl where we get to play the Cowboys and just absolutely snap that star in half. But did not happen. Had a little bump in the road. So maybe this year's the year. But man, right before Christmas, there would be nothing better than beating down the Cowboys at home in the Coliseum. That would be beautiful. We do that, and that leaves at the Eagles and at the Chargers to close out the season. Realistically, I'm being very conservative when I say 12-4. I think we could probably be 13-3, even a possibility of 14-2. Those are lofty expectations, but I think the way it's set up, before the bye week, I think it's possible. I think it's possible that every season there's a story. I tell my family this all the time. Every season is wrapped up into a little 60-minute clip, and it becomes archived into NFL films. That's what every season is. Nobody remembers the 5 years from now will remember the Raiders' 2016 season when Carr went down, other than us Raiders? What will be remembered is the 60-minute video of the lore of the Patriots and how they came back against Atlanta and yada yada. That happened to be the story last year. How Tom Brady came back against the freaking establishment and all that garbage. That was last year's story. Every year there's a story that comes out of the season. And it becomes the NFL film, America's Game, the story for that season. This season, it's our story. It's going to be our story. It's going to be the story of the resurgence of the silver and black. It's going to be Derek Carr getting up off the field, returning from the broken leg with something to prove, ready to take it, ready to lead us to the promised land. Once again, the commitment to excellence. Just win, baby. One more time. One more time. I honestly think this is the season. There is not a hole on offense that didn't get filled. We came in with Cooper and Crab already. We brought back Seth Roberts. Do you know when Seth Roberts catches a touchdown, the Raiders are 9-0? Coincidence? I think not. Then we bring in Cordarrelle Patterson to help out. So now we got a stud returner, speed across the middle, and speed deep to add with Cooper and Crab and Seth Roberts. Did we have a big play tight end? No. So we went and got Jared Cook. We already had Richard. Already got Washington in the backfield. We've already got the best goddamn offensive line in the league. We've already got Derek Carr on the cusp of being one of the elite quarterbacks in the league, standing there at the threshold, ready to take us to that next step. The only thing we need on offense is who's going to tote that rock 20 times a game and who's going to bang it in short yardage, gets the first downs, gets the touchdowns. We're either going to sign beast mode or it's going to be a rookie back there. But the offense is solid. Solid! Defense, we got some holes. We got some holes. But we're going to fill those in the draft. We've got brilliant football minds at the top of the Raiders organization now. We got the executive of the year, and we got Blackjack running the show. Blackjack's a Raider at heart. Man, it's looking like a beautiful, beautiful thing in 2017. Beautiful, beautiful thing. So, draft. Let's talk draft for a minute. We broke down the schedule. See what I'm thinking. I'm going to go on the record as 13-3. We're going to be 8-1 at the bye week. That's what I'm saying. 8-1 at the bye. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8-1 at the bye. We're going to finish 13-3. That's what I'm going with. Obviously, the biggest thing we got going on this week is draft day. It's different being at the lower end of the first round. You know, we spent too many years picking them high picks, so it's a little different to have to sit in the evening and wait till the end of the night to see our pick. But I like it. It's a welcome change, that's for sure. Absolutely a welcome change, because it was far too long there with them top 10 picks, top 5 picks, first overall pick. Brian, I agree. We need a good cornerback. But I want to see us take a running back with number 1 if we don't sign Marshawn before the draft. Number 1, running back. Number 2, defensive line. Number 3, corner. If we sign a running back, I want to see defensive line go first, corner second, grab a third-round running back. There's going to be plenty of talent there at third round. Somebody to stick in, be the fill-in guy to possibly behind Marshawn Lynch. But, like I said, if we do not draft Marshawn in the first round, I think 100% we gotta roll the dice and try to get that those young explosive legs and stick behind Derek Carr. I mean, we seen what a young running back can do behind a really, really good line. A big, strong running back can do behind a really good line. When you seen what Ezekiel Elliott did for the Cowboys last season. That's what we could add to our team. Can you imagine adding something like that to the offense that we already have. Can you imagine? The holes in our defense, what few we have, won't much matter anymore when we're racking 35 to 45 points on that ass every week. It won't matter if we can't be stopped. We've got a team that is close to being one of those dynamic offenses. I agree with you 100%, Toe. I agree with you 100% on the inside linebacker, though. That is the other position besides defensive line that we definitely need to address in the draft. But that is also a position I think could be grabbed later. But I could see that being our second round pick, interchangeable with the defensive lineman. I think one of our top two picks have to be defense. We have to try and get a playmaker. You get a playmaker with Mack and the other guys on defense, Mack and Irvin. You get another guy back there. Man, I mean, yes, we all know we need a corner. We need that shutdown corner, but those guys are hard to find. And moving Rod Woodson over to coach the corners, maybe that'll help Smith out a little. Maybe that'll help Emerson out a little. You know? How could it hurt having Rod Woodson in your ear? I mean, it's Rod Woodson. For Christ's sakes, the guy's like the greatest ever in his position. I mean, how could that be a bad thing? So, hopefully, just a little bit of rubs off on him. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But, I agree, to try and grab a young corner. But there's a lot of corners. Like I said, this is a very defensive, deep draft. There are a lot of corners out there. And I think later in the rounds, we could grab somebody. I honestly do. So like I said, running back first if we don't sign Marshawn. Otherwise, defensive line. Like I said, I could see that flipping with the linebacker. I could see us going linebacker in the first round if we've already got our running back picked up and locked down. Just don't know if that's going to happen. I just don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. This whole Marshawn thing, man. Tell you. It's frustrating. How long have we been talking about this now? The Marshawn Lynch thing. I mean, right the day before Easter weekend, my phone's blowing up. Oh, happy Easter! You guys got beast mode. Well, the beast mode memes were flying out, man. It was freaking wholesale time on beast mode memes. They were in every group, on every page. Everybody had them as a profile. Things was flying around everywhere. All Easter weekend. Then what? Nothing. Nothing. Just like it had been for weeks before. How many rumors did we hear? Now the rumor comes out that it's about money. It's still about money. Like, how could it be about money after all this time? You either want to play football or you don't. You're retired right now. Do you want to play football or you don't? You know? $3 million is a heck of a lot more than you were going to make anyway. I agree, Brian. Keep Mama happy. Come on. You know she wants to see him a Raider. You know he wants to be a Raider. The guy's got Oakland tattooed across his chest, for Christ's sakes. He wants to be a Raider. Let's make it happen. Come on, Marshawn. Come on over. I would really like to see Marshawn in the silver and black for 2 years so we can draft some talent in some other positions. Because, man, if we could sign Marshawn, like I said, that's the only hole I see on our offense. Period. Done. Holes are filled up. You can spend your whole draft building a defense, building this infantry around Khalil Mack, Defensive Player of the Year. And, oh my, it could be a thing of beauty. It could be a thing of beauty. I agree, Travis. There's plenty of late round talent for defensive players across the board in this draft. So I'm saying, running back, let's address that last hole first. That's our biggest need right now. And if we don't get Marshawn, let's address that need. Get that out of the way, and then build a defense. A defense that will start to strike fear in other teams. When they already look across, and they see Bruce, and they see Khalil, they're already scared to death. You start flanking guys around them that strike the same fear in offensive players, and man, we're looking like something out of the 70s again. Oh. Just gets me excited just thinking about it. Oh my goodness gracious. Could you just imagine if we had a defense as solid as our offense was on the other side of the ball? if our defense started shutting down teams and giving Derek Carr the ball back, handing DC the ball back in short fields, getting turnovers all the time, oh my God, we would start. I mean, we're already scoring at a feverish pace now. If the defense starts giving us better field position and making stops and making it easier on us, oh my God, DC's going to cut somebody up. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be nasty. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. I am so excited for this 2017 season. So excited. More excited than I have been in a long time. I mean, there was a lot of anticipation. I know we were all anticipating a great season last season, and we got it. But it was the first one we'd really seen in a long time. So even though we were anticipating it until it happened, just, it was so sweet that it finally happened. And then, at the end of the season, but that doesn't take away the sweetness of what last season was, even how it ended. Because there was just so much positive out of last season that even that, you can't hurt it. So now we come into this season, and everybody's talking about the Raiders. Everybody's talking about the Raiders. We're not under the radar anymore. Now we're the team other teams are chasing. Man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. The suck is what makes the victory so sweet. You got to stick with the suck. You got to fight through the decade of suck to make the victories taste even sweeter. That's what being a true fan is. That's what being a part of the Raider Nation is. We suffered, and we suffered right with them. We suffered through number 2. We suffered through all that. And now we get to enjoy it. We're going to sit back and enjoy it for years to come. Because we have built the young core, and I feel that this draft, we're going to finish it off. We're going to finish it off. The final pieces will be put in place for the final resurgence, the climb back to excellence that we have been waiting so long for. Raider Nation's coming back. We are coming back, and we are coming back with a vengeance. That is for sure. Oh, I'm so excited for this season. So excited for this season. I cannot wait for another season of Raider football. Cannot wait. Like I said, the beginning of this little meet and greet, I am the Commish. This is Raider Reaction, coming to you 3 times a week from deep behind the enemy line. Every Sunday, every Tuesday, every Thursday night. I hope you enjoyed a little sampler today. I hope you'll join me next time. Full episode tomorrow night, right here and on the Raider Reaction page and the Oakland Raiders football page. I'm part of the family now. Just give me some love. Peace. Love. Raider Nation.